She slid the envelope across the counter like it was a receipt, not the end of a marriage. Signed, she said. No hesitation, no tremble in her voice, just sharp edges, cold eyes. I sold the company too, she added, almost as an afterthought. To fund our trip, Milan, she smiled. You're a burden, Adam. You always were. Good luck paying rent. Then she left the keys on the counter, turned, walked out, just like that. 18 years boiled down to 2 signatures and a suitcase waiting in someone else's car. I didn't chase her, didn't speak. I just smiled and said, "All right, good luck." We built that company in a garage. She had the charm, I had the code. She talked to investors while I soldered motherboards in silence. We grew it from nothing, and I let her take the spotlight. I didn't mind. Not until the emails stopped CCing me. Not until the bank notifications started bouncing. She told me we were pivoting, told me to trust her. Then she started staying out late. Investor meetings, she'd say. Once, I saw the reflection of a man in her sunglasses while she smiled at the camera. I zoomed in. It wasn't an investor. It was the man she used to call just a friend. The same man picking her up that night. That's when I knew. The business was already gone. And so was she. But not before I left a few surprises behind. I didn't scream, didn't beg. I opened my laptop, logged into the admin dashboard. She forgot one thing. She may have sold the company, but I wrote every line of code and buried every kill switch she never bothered to learn about. 2 keystrokes, and every server went into lockdown. All transactions froze. Every system routed to me. Even the sale agreement she filed, digitally signed using credentials I controlled. A mirror copy of the real one I sent to the Department of Justice, flagging the buyer for tax evasion. Anonymous tip. They'd be detained before dinner. I also drained the emergency reserve account, the one only I had access to. $3.2 million moved through a series of cold wallets before ending up under a blind trust in the Caymans. Registered to me. I left her enough to make it to Milan, not enough to stay. They landed in Italy 3 days later. Instagram lit up with photos, smiles, sunsets, fine wine on someone else's dime. But then the posts stopped, because when they checked their accounts, they were empty, frozen by the bank, flagged for suspicious activity. She called me that night, blocked number. Still, I picked up. Her voice cracked. "Where's the money?" I let silence answer her first. Then, "You mean the company you sold without me? The assets you drained from an account you never controlled?" "You bastard," she hissed. "Call me whatever you want," I said, voice level. "Just don't call me broke." She cursed, begged, threatened. I hung up. No response was the only one she deserved. She returned weeks later, not to see me, to plead with the lawyers outside the office she used to run. I watched from the glass above, the last original founder still listed on the plaque. She didn't see me, just stormed out when they handed her the court filings. Fraud, unauthorized sale, breach of fiduciary duty, all tied in a neat little bow I'd prepared the day I found out about him. She caught me at the elevator. "You planned all this," she said, voice shaking. I nodded. "You don't feel anything?" I tilted my head, thought about it. "No," I said, "not anymore." The doors closed between us. She never got the final word. I didn't give her the space. There are no pictures of her left in my apartment, just empty frames and cleaner lines. Peace has a sound. It's the absence of apology, the hush that follows when you stop explaining yourself to people who already wrote you off. I still eat alone, still sleep on my side of the bed. Old habits die hard, but I wake up with silence, not betrayal. And when I walk into the office, no one questions who built it. She taught me one thing. People only see value when they think they can take it. Now, there's nothing left to steal. She tried to erase me from the company, so I made sure she couldn't afford to remember it.